Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Viriyat Nashtuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. Continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, the appearance of Lord Varaha, text number 12 onwards. Param shru shushanam mahyam syat praja rakshya nripa bhagwan se praja bhartur rishikesho anutushyati. So Brahmaji is further speaking to Swayambhuva Manu. O king, if it can give proper protection to the living beings in the material world, that will be the best service for me. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be a good protector of the conditioned souls, certainly the Master of Senses will be very pleased with you. So that is the instruction for all the kings and for all the leaders actually. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be a good protector of the conditioned souls, certainly the Master of the Senses will be very pleased with you. He didn't say should be protector of only devotees. He said all the conditioned souls. The whole administrative system is arranged for the purpose of going back home, back to Godhead. Brahma is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Manu is a representative of Brahma. Similarly, all of the kings on different planets of the universe are representatives of Manu. The law book for the entire human society is the Manu Samhita, which directs all activities towards the transcendental service of the Lord. Every king, therefore, must know that his responsibility in administration is not merely to exact taxes from the citizens, but to see personally that the citizens under him are being trained in Vishnu worship. Everyone must be educated in Vishnu worship and engaged in the devotion service of Rishikesha, the owner of the senses. So this is a prime duty of the king to make sure that everybody under his in his jurisdiction or under his care, they are engaged in the service of Lord Vishnu. The conditioned souls are meant not to satisfy the material senses, but to satisfy the senses of Rishikesha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the purpose of the complete administrative system. One who knows this secret, as disclosed here in the Virgin of Brahma, is a perfect administrative head. One who does not know this is a show bottle administrator. These days, not only people don't know this, they themselves don't know what is their goal of life. Forget about how to lead the people, public in general. For them, the goal of life is eat, drink, and be merry. And like Prabhupada said earlier, that the job of a king is not just to collect taxes. So these days, this is what the leaders do. Somehow collect taxes, somehow keep people confused, fighting amongst each other, and just rule. That's it. But they don't know. There is a next life. They don't know there is hell after this waiting for them. By training the citizens in the devotional service of the Lord, the head of the state can be free in his responsibility. Otherwise, he will fail in the onerous duty entrusted to him and thus be punishable by the supreme authority. There is no other alternative in the discharge of the administrative duty. Actually, this duty is for everybody, not just for the leaders, political leaders, or the kings. As soon as we take up a leadership position, leader of the Family, head of the household. If the parents are leaders of their kids. Husband is leader of the whole family, leader of wife and kids. So they also have responsibility towards the people under their leadership to engage them in the service of the Lord. And if they fail to do so, it's not like we're going to make everybody under us a pure devotee. First of all, we have to become pure devotee. But it is a duty to engage somehow or other, at least give the knowledge of devotion service, knowledge of Krishna consciousness to at least our kids, our family members. And if we are a bigger leader than just the family members, maybe the leader of our street that we live in, leader of the community, leader of the society, leader of, then slowly it increases, leader of maybe the ward that we live in, leader of the area that we live in. Maybe we are the councillor, we are the MLA, we are the MP, we are the Prime Minister. Who knows what we are? But the duty remains the same. Duty actually becomes more and more difficult as we take more and more leadership positions. But basic duty is to engage everybody under us in the service of the Lord. Somehow or other. Text 13. Yesham na tushto bhagwan yagyalingo janardanaha tesham shramo hi aparthaya yadatmana drita swayam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardhan, Lord Krishna, is a form to accept all the results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for advancement is futile. His ultimate self, and therefore one who does not satisfy him, certainly neglects his own interests. So if Krishna is satisfied, everything is fine. Brahma is deputed as a supreme head of universal affairs, and he in his turn deputes Manu and others as charges the affairs of the material manifestation. But the whole show is for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma knows how to satisfy the Lord, and similarly persons engaged in the line of Brahma's plan of activities also know how to satisfy the Lord. The Lord is satisfied by the process of devotion service, consisting of the ninefold process of hearing, chanting, etc. Why the Lord is satisfied by us engaging in the devotion service, starting with chanting, hearing, etc. Because the Lord knows that this is the process by which this conditioned soul will get purified. His consciousness will get purified. He will get eligible to come back to the spiritual world. It's not that he needs our chanting or our service. He doesn't need it. He is providing this service to us because, first of all, we are looking for happiness. So our happiness lies in this devotion service procedures. And then secondly, we become eligible, we become purified, and we become qualified to enter into the spiritual world, to be with the Lord constantly, permanently, eternally. That is why these services, these processes of devotion service satisfies him. Not like a political leader, he is just very satisfied when people chant his name. He's just very much satisfied because he's getting glorified. Of course, that quality is in Krishna. That's why we have that quality. But the quality in Krishna is at the absolute level, is on a transcendental platform, not perverted material platform that we have. It's in one's own self-interest to execute prescribed devotional service. And anyone who neglects this process neglects his own self-interest. Even Prahlad Maharaj, I mean, this is third canto, seventh canto. Prahlad Maharaj says the same thing. Nate vidu svarthagatim hi Vishnu. Nate vidu. People don't know their real self-interest lies in engaging in the service of Vishnu. Everyone wants to satisfy his senses, but above the senses is a mind. Above the mind is intelligence, and above the intelligence is individual self, and above the individual self is a super self. Above even the super self is the supreme personality of Godhead, Vishnu Tattva. The primeval Lord and the cause of all causes is Shri Krishna. The complete process of perfectional service is to render service for the satisfaction of the transcendental senses of Lord Krishna, who is known as Janardana. Word Janardhan means maintainer of the people, of the public, of the living entities. So he is a maintainer. Only thing we have to do is just satisfy him. And Krishna is so merciful. So very merciful. Then to satisfy him is very easy. It says clearly in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yomi Bhakti Apriyachati. Just with love and devotion offer me a leaf, a fruit, a flower, and little water. That's it. And he said, I'll accept it. He accepts it means he's satisfied. That's all. What's so difficult about it? Bhakti is very simple, actually. We make it complicated. Text 14. Manuruvacha adeshe aham bhagavato varteyam iva sudana sthanam tvehanu janihi prajanam mamcha prabhu. Sri Manu said, O powerful Lord, killer of all sins, I shall abide by your order. Now please let me know my place and that of the living entities born of me. He wants to know where should he go and rule over. Yadoka sarvabhutanam mahimagna mahambasi yas asya uddharane yatno deva devaya vidhiyata. O master of the demigods, please attempt to lift the earth which is merged in the great water, because it is the dwelling place for all the living entities. It can be done by your endeavor and by the mercy of the Lord. The great water mentioned in this connection is the Garbhodak ocean, which fills half of the universe. So actually what had happened here was Brahmaji had created the planetary systems. And now he is there in Satyaloka. He is giving instructions to Manu. Manu asked him, where should I go? What should I rule over? So Brahmaji told him, okay, go rule over earth. And when he looked around, Manu looked around, earth was not there, earth was gone. And then Brahmaji looked, oh, earth is gone, and he got worried. So this is what we will read later on. Maitri Vacha Parameshtitva Madhye Tatha Sannam Vekshagam Kathamenam Samoneshya Iti Dadhyo Dhyachiram. Sri Maitreya said, thus seeing the earth merged in water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted. So Brahmaji got worried. He was surprised. How come the earth is missing? According to Jiva Goswami, the topics delineated here of different millenniums. The present topics are of the Shvetavaraha millennium, and topics regarding the Chakshusha millennium will also be discussed in this chapter. So the two millenniums, or two kalpas. So the stories are going on. One is Shvetavaraha and one is of Chakshusha. Srijito me kshitirvarbhi plavyamana rasam gata अथात्र किम अनुष्ठेयम अस्माभिः सर्गयोजितः यस्याहं हृदयादासं स ईशो विदधातु मे. Brahma thought, while I've been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a deluge and has gone down into the depths of the ocean. What can we do who are engaged in this matter of creation? It is best to let the Almighty Lord direct us. So there Swayambhuva Manu is waiting for directions of Brahma, and Brahmaji is now worried about earth is gone, and now he is waiting for directions from the Supreme Lord. The devotees of the Lord, who are all confidential servitors, are sometimes perplexed in the discharge of their respective duties, but they are never discouraged. They have full faith in the Lord, and He paves the way for the smooth progress of the devotee's duty. See, Brahmaji himself, he's there. What can I do now? I've done the creation, but I cannot lift the earth out of the water and put it back in its orbit. Let the Supreme Lord handle it. And Prabhupada said they have full faith. Devotees, this is the difference between devotees and demons. Devotees have full faith in the Lord. Doesn't mean they don't do their services properly. Doesn't mean they are not going to put their best efforts possible. So they do the best and leave the rest to Krishna. Even if they don't do their best. Even if they try to do their best, but still, conditioned soul, limitations are there. Still, Krishna comes and takes care of everything. Iti avidhyayato nasa vivrat sahasanagha varahato ko niragan angushta manakaha. O sinless Vidura, now Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. All of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature was not more than the upper portion of a thumb. So this is how small Varadeva were. Tasya abhipashyata swastha shaninkil bharata gajmatra pravavriddhe tad adbhutam bhun mahat. O descendant of Bharat, while Brahma was observing him, that boar became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation, as gigantic as a great elephant. So that boar, very little small hog or pig came out. But it's not the pig actually, because pigs don't have tusks, but the boar has tusks. So Varadev appeared in the form of a boar. And as soon as he came out of the nostril of Brahmaji, he became big as great elephant. Marichi pramukhair vipraha kumarar manuna saha drishtva tat sokaram rupam tarkya mas chitradha. Struck with wonder at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma, with great Brahmins like Marichi, as well as the Kumaras and Manu, began to argue in various ways. They were wondering, what is this creature? Kim etat sukarvyajam sattvam divyam avastitam aho batashcharya pat ashcharyam idam nasaya me vinisritam. Is this some extraordinary entity come in the pretense of a boar? It's very wonderful that he has come from my nose. Just imagine, if any living entity comes out of our nostril, what will we think? Who is this? That's why we don't have anything except some burgers coming out of a nostril. But imagine Brahma's amazement. What is this? He just did the creation, earth is gone, and now this boar coming out, and boar was very small, and now all of a sudden it has become so big. Drishta angushta shiromatra ksharandagan khila samaha api siddha bhagwanesha yagyo me Yagyo me khediyan manaha. First of all, this boar was seen no bigger than the tip of a thumb, and within a moment he was as large as a stone. My mind is perturbed. Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu? Since Brahma is the supermost person in the universe, and he had never before experienced such a form, he could guess that the wonderful appearance of the boar was an incarnation of Vishnu. The uncommon features symptomatic of the incarnation of Godhead can bewilder even the mind of Brahma. Iti mimans tastasya brahmana sahasunabhi bhagwan yagya purusho jagar jagendra sannibha. While Brahma was deliberating with the sons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, rolled tumultuously like a great mountain. It appears that the great hills and mountains also have their roaring power because they're also living entities. See? Because the mountains and great hills are also living entities. The volume of the sound vibrated is in proportion to the size of the material body. While Brahma was guessing about the appearance of the Lord's incarnation as a boar, the Lord confirmed Brahmaji's contemplation by roaring with his gorgeous voice. So, Lord expanded in a huge form. Brahmanam harshayamasa haristascha dvijottaman swagarjiten kakubha prati swanyata vibho. The omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead enlivened Brahma and the other highly elevated Brahmins by again roaring with his uncommon voice, which echoed in all directions. Brahma and other enlightened Brahmins who know the Supreme Personality of Godhead are enlivened by the appearance of the Lord in any of his multi incarnations. The appearance of the wonderful and gigantic incarnation of Vishnu as a mountain like boar did not fill them with any kind of fear, although the Lord's resounding voice was tumultuous and echoed horribly in all directions as an open threat to all demons who might challenge his omnipotency. So the devotees, the Brahmins, that means all the sons of Brahma, Narad Muni, Kumaras, everybody was there, Swayambhuva Manu, but they were not afraid. Nishamite Ghargaritam Svakheda Kshainishnu Mayam Maya Sukarasya Janastapa Satya Nivasinaste Tribhi Pavitrar Munyo Agrinan Sama. When the great sages and thinkers who are residents of Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka heard the tumultuous voice of Lord Boar, which was the all auspicious sound of all merciful Lord, they chanted auspicious chants from the three Vedas. The word Maya is very significant in this verse. Maya means mercy, a specific knowledge, and also illusion. Therefore, Lord Boar is everything. He is merciful, he is all knowledge, and he is illusion also. The sound which he vibrated as a boar incarnation was answered by the Vedic hymns of the great sages in the planets Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. The highest intellectual and pious living entities live in those planets. And when they heard the extraordinary voice of the boar, they could understand that the specific sound was vibrated by the Lord and no one else. Therefore, they replied by praying to the Lord with the Vedic hymns. The earth planet was submerged in the mire, but on hearing the sound of the Lord, the inhabitants of the higher planets were all jubilant because they knew that the Lord was there to deliver the earth. Therefore, Brahma and all the sages, such as Bhrigu, Brahma's other sons, and learned Brahmins were enlivened, and they concertedly joined in concertedly mean in a concert mean together everybody joined in praising the Lord with the transcendental vibrations of the Vedic hymns. The most important is the Brahma Naradaya Purana verse Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when the Lord is there, when we chant this and we chant these words, Lord is very, very, very pleased. So the boar is making tumultuous sound, Varahadev. So he is the first incarnation in Srimad Bhagavatam that we can read about in detail, because other places, other chapters, some verses were given for different incarnations, but now in detail we'll read about Varahadev's pastimes. So we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
वरादेव भगवान की जय।
Haribo. Chalo, I guess then we can stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री